The Sony Xperia Tablet Z is based on the omni-balanced design language of the Xperia Z and shares all of its advantages: thin, attractive, and water resistant. The box the Xperia Tablet Z comes in is pretty straightforward. It contains a compact charger, a micro USB cable to go with it, and a small stack of manuals. The tablet itself is stunningly thin, thinner than almost all smartphones and thinner than any other tablet out there. It's light too, and you can easily lift it by its corner. More impressively, despite its thin and light construction, the Xperia Tablet Z is a solidly built device that has a premium feel in hand. The front is covered in a scratch-resistant glass, and in the center is the 10.1-inch IPS LCD display of 1920 by 1200 resolution. The bezels around the display are thick enough to comfortably put your thumb on without touching the screen. The screen is almost as sharp as those on the Nexus 10 or iPad 4, but the image quality is still very good. Colors and contrast are also good, but the brightness is relatively low and the display is quite reflective, so sunlight legibility suffers. Surprisingly for a Sony display, the viewing angles are great, unlike on most other Sony smartphones. The Sony Xperia Tablet Z is water resistant, which means that all ports are sealed by protective plastic flaps. The one on the left covers the 3.5mm audio jack, which is just above the trademark power lock key and the volume rocker. A little further down are two pogo pins that can be used to charge the tablet with a dock, so you don't always have to open the MHL-enabled USB port on the bottom. Also here are the card slots, micro SIM and micro SD in this case, but the Xperia Tablet Z also comes in a Wi-Fi only version. The stereo speakers are on the bottom and they have grills on the sides too. The back of the tablet is made of nice matte plastic with soft touch finish, which is grippy and fairly resistant to fingerprints. It's hard to clean when it gets dirty, but you can just wash it off under the sink. The Sony Xperia Tablet Z runs Android 4.12 with Sony customizations similar to those of the Xperia Tablet S and the Xperia Z smartphones. The lock screen is straight from the Xperia Z with a slider for the camera and music controls. The home screen looks fairly close to stock, but Sony has added some cool extra functionality. There are little things to make better use of the screen real estate, like the small shortcut dock in the top left corner or the small apps button on the bottom. Small apps are floating windows that you can use alongside standard apps. There are several pre-installed, but you can download new ones from the Play Store or turn any widget into a small app. You can minimize a small app by dragging it to the right or bottom edge of the screen, but you can only run one at a time. One special small app is the remote control app that uses the IR blaster on top of the Xperia Tablet Z to control home equipment like TV sets, set-top boxes, projectors, audio players, and so on. There's a big app to go along with it too, one that can control complex setups and create macros to control multiple devices at once. If a device is not in the app's database, you can use its remote to teach the Tablet Z its commands. Sony has preloaded its own Walkman music player, which has multiple sound enhancements, including an equalizer and dynamic normalizer, which minimizes the difference in volume between songs. There are also custom visualizations and Sony's Infinite button. The Tablet Z also comes with a built-in FM radio receiver. The Social Life app combines Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube feeds into a single stream. It's easy to use and lets you replay, retweet, and like and post updates. It also has features to help you discover interesting news. The Backup and Restore app can handle everything from settings to downloaded apps and their data. You can back up to the internal memory, a micro SD card, or even a plugged-in USB mass storage device.
Ciao a tutti amici di Android Geek, oggi vi proponiamo l'unboxing e un breve hands-on dedicato a un prodotto molto interessante, ovvero il Sony Xperia Tablet Z. Si tratta della proposta 2013 di Sony per quanto riguarda il mondo tablet e è disponibile da qualche settimana sul mercato in tre versioni. Due sono Wi-Fi, da 16 GB o 32 GB, mentre quella più costosa è dotata addirittura di connettività LTE. Il modello da noi in possesso è il wifi da 16 GB. Adesso appunto vediamo cosa c'è all'interno della confezione. Abbiamo ovviamente il tablet Z, che è veramente ultra sottile, soltanto 6.9 mm se non erro, e da notare come in realtà la dotazione è ridotta all'osso. Infatti abbiamo semplicemente un cavo dati USB, micro USB, abbiamo un caricabatterie con ovviamente porta USB e poi abbiamo i classici manuali che ci interessano molto poco. Il tempo di configurare il device, e quindi vi daremo le nostre prime impressioni. Ed eccoci qui con Xperia Tablet Z fresco di prima configurazione, e devo dire che il primo impatto è assolutamente molto positivo, in quanto il sistema risulta essere molto veloce e reattivo in qualsiasi frangente. Il merito va ovviamente allo Snapdragon S4 Pro, ovvero la potente piattaforma quad core con 2 GB di RAM, ma a mio avviso anche merito del touchscreen, che è uno dei più sensibili e precisi che abbia mai provato. Altro punto di forza che di primo impatto colpisce molto è il display, un 10.1 pollici con risoluzione Full HD e soprattutto tecnologia Mobile Braille Engine 2. Queste che vedete sono alcune delle foto che Sony precarica per rendere l'idea della bellezza del display. Devo dire anche che i neri sono molto profondi, purtroppo in questo momento voi non potete rendervene conto perché tende a riflettere molto, almeno sulla mia cam, però vi assicuro che la resa è assolutamente fantastica. Poi a bordo abbiamo ovviamente Android in versione 4.1.2, ovvero Jelly Bean. Vi dico anche che appena ho connesso il tablet al wifi mi ha scaricato un aggiornamento da circa 3 MB, quindi penso di avere proprio l'ultima versione pensata da Sony per questo tablet, almeno per il momento. Si tratta di fatto di un Jelly Bean un pochino personalizzato. Infatti vedete abbiamo un modo diverso di personalizzare la home, e idem anche la gestione del multitasking, che in realtà è molto simile, però cambia sempre un po' a livello di grafica. Vi faccio anche vedere un po' Chrome, che è il browser di stock appunto preinstallato. Si comporta molto bene. Ovviamente se poi non piace potete tranquillamente installare un alternativo dal market. Comunque sembra che Chrome sia veramente molto performante. La leggibilità è ottimale, non serve nemmeno zoomare, però nel caso potete anche farlo. Un'altra cosa molto interessante è la possibilità di collegare un DualShock 3, ovvero un gamepad della PlayStation 3, ovvero questo controller qui. Non vi farò vedere adesso come funziona, però vi prometto che ve lo farò vedere o nella video recensione oppure a parte in un focus. Vi dico soltanto, vi anticipo che funziona veramente molto bene. Il dispositivo è waterproof, quindi resiste all'acqua, quindi alle immersioni acquatiche fino a 1 metro di profondità per 30 minuti, e questo diciamo dà l'idea dell'ottima costruzione di cui è dotato questo tablet. Infatti è un tablet veramente molto solido, esteticamente molto bello, raffinato, con linee molto pulite, e soprattutto impressiona per lo spessore, soltanto 6.9 mm, quindi veramente super sottile. Se non è il tablet più sottile al mondo, diciamo poco ci manca, diciamo uno dei primi tre. Insomma, questo era un primo hands-on dedicato ad Xperia Tablet Z. Prossimamente testeremo a fondo il device. Se avete domande e curiosità potete tranquillamente farcele attraverso il canale YouTube oppure attraverso il sito o tramite mail. Noi siamo assolutamente a disposizione. E con questo è tutto, quindi vi rimando alla video recensione. Un saluto da Matteo di Android Geek.
time to make your getaway from the ordinary and hold something sharper, more vivid, with the richest colors imaginable. 10 inches of pure Sony brilliance. Control your TV right from your tablet. Connect your home in ways you've always wanted. Mirror what's on your tablet to your TV. Just one simple touch, and life gets a little bigger. A tablet that's as powerful on the inside as it is elegant on the outside. Beautiful from any angle, crafted with premium materials, wrapped in a breathtakingly slim design. With Xperia Tablet Z, it's easy to share your greatest memories, as crisp as ever on the bright display. Revisit faraway places, or capture the here and now in stunning HD and share it to Facebook. Sony's audio experts developed an outstanding sound machine with Walkman and powerful 3D surround sound speakers. Music the way it was meant to be heard. Discover clearer, richer Sony audio straight from your tablet or filling your favorite headphones. However you choose to escape, your ultimate entertainer is ready to follow through any conditions, wherever the adventure leads. Experience the best of Sony in a tablet.
Suppose you've got $500 budgeted for a new tablet, but you can't decide between Android and iOS. Well, we've got two of the latest examples of each here in the studio, so let's put them head to head. I'm Michael Fisher, this is Pocket Now, and this is Sony's Xperia Tablet Z versus Apple's iPad. Just a quick note before we start. While we took a gander at the 4th generation Apple iPad and a few earlier videos, we're using the 3rd generation iteration for this comparison because that's the one we have here in the office. Because most buyers will be considering the more modern iPad with its improved processor and forward camera, we're not comparing benchmarks or app launch times. We'll only compare metrics that are equally applicable to the iPad 4. Our aim is to give a slice-of-life perspective to those buyers torn between these tablets, and we'll do that in 3 categories: build, software, and loose ends. You don't even need to pick these devices up to see their wildly divergent design backgrounds. It doesn't take noticing the manufacturer logos to know that these are going to offer very different user experiences. The aspect ratio is probably the most notable difference here. With a 4:3 aspect, the iPad appears chunkier on its face than the 16:9 Tablet Z, a perception helped along by the fact that the iPad is indeed about 2.5 millimeters thicker than Sony's product. Picking the tablets up makes it immediately clear that the iPad is indeed the more robust device. At 652 grams, it masses over 150 grams more than the Tablet Z. That gives the iPad a more premium feel than the Tablet Z, but it also makes it more cumbersome. One-handed use in landscape is much more difficult, and holding the iPad above your face to read in bed becomes a chore after a while. The iPad's anodized aluminum casing is also slippery in the hand, while the rubberized plastic of the Tablet Z is easy to grip. It's not all wins for the Sony offering, though. Because of that 4:3 aspect ratio, the iPad feels quite natural to use in portrait orientation, while the Tablet Z turned on its side is just bad. Hilariously bad. Also, the iPad's thoroughly minimalistic design, with penetrations only for the bare essentials like volume, power, and home keys, truly is beautiful. While the Tablet Z is also an attractive product, its design is significantly less streamlined, its ports hidden away behind finicky little hatches that aren't so much fun to deal with. But there's a reason for those. The ports themselves provide for a micro SD card for memory expansion beyond the 16 or 32 gigs of onboard storage, expandability not found on the iPad, and the port covers make possible the Tablet Z's IP55, 57, and IP5X dust and water resistance ratings. Ratings the comparatively fragile iPad can't match. There's also IR and NFC on the Tablet Z, in addition to an FM radio, features Apple's product doesn't include. In terms of the displays, each panel is an IPS LCD, with the Tablet Z's screen edging out the iPad's in sheer size by a little less than half an inch. The iPad, though, is the winner in pixel density, beating out Sony by about 40 ppi. That's not really detectable, though, and they're each capable of pretty extreme brightness, with the Tablet Z producing slightly warmer whites. Readability in bright daylight is right about on par, and watching video is a pleasure on each, with a slight edge going to the iPad for side visibility. The Tablet Z's Mobile Bravia Engine 2 continuously adjusts the display for optimum performance, so we noticed more saturation more often on the Tablet Z. Whether this is a plus or a minus for you depends on your own personal taste. They're both outstanding screens. In terms of audio, while we like the Tablet Z's speaker position at the lower left corners better than the iPad's rear firing arrangement, the Apple device is the clear winner in terms of sound quality. Yes, the iPad's single-side speaker is less dynamic than Sony's faux 3D surround effect, but Apple's speaker is also louder, bassier, and frankly just better all around. Of course, the much more significant difference between these devices is that of software, and on the tablet front, the war of Android versus iOS, and increasingly Google versus Apple, is a fierce one. On the iPad, you're given very little to experiment with. With version 6.1.3, you get the same 4x5 grid of apps and folders, the same pop-up row of currently running apps and shortcuts, the same notification center we've been seeing for years. If you've used previous iPads or iPhones, you'll feel right at home. And even if you haven't, you'll pick it up in a jiffy. That's the whole idea. Sony's custom build of Android 4.1.2 on the Tablet Z is a different story. Because it's Android, it's highly customizable with widgets and custom launchers, allowing you to modify it extensively to suit your own needs. And Google integration is tighter here than on almost any other tablet. Now, because it's Sony, the software is already heavily tweaked for usability and a unique aesthetic, and it leverages the Tablet Z's unique hardware in features like Double Tap to Wake and the Remote Control app, and there's also small apps here for multitasking. On the iPad, the reward you get for putting up with the tired old iOS software is an app ecosystem larger and more elaborate than any other, with beautifully designed tablet apps that take full advantage of the added screen real estate that a nearly 10-inch screen provides. You also get tight integration with Apple's own ecosystem, of course, and a pretty handy virtual assistant in the form of Siri. Should I buy an iPad or an Android tablet?
That's an easy one. Check out iPad at the Apple Store and you'll see why.
On the Tablet Z, you pay the price for the tight Google integration with a much less mature app ecosystem, with many popular titles still merely stretched out versions of their smartphone selves, and some coded only for portrait, so you're forced to use the Z in the least appealing position possible. Depending on your Android build, you may also sacrifice a bit in terms of responsiveness. Android has come a long way, but the custom build on the Tablet Z isn't as fluid as the iOS experience on our iPad. There's more to these devices than ecosystems, of course, and like it or not, the camera is one of them. Sony's 8.1 megapixel Exmor-R for mobile camera offers a lot of customizability and a ton of shooting modes, but it comes up short in the final product, with fuzzy edges and a washed-out look. The iPad's interface is almost maddeningly simplistic, but the output from its 5-megapixel iSight camera is also far superior, with crisp edges and authentic color tones. Of course, the field of view on each isn't great, and come on, do you really want to be that guy taking pictures with a tablet? But if you do, and even if you use tablet cameras for more practical applications like scanning text, these differences might matter to you. Of even more import might be how long the device will last while you're using it. The newest edition of the iPad boasts slightly improved battery life because of its newer processor, and on the spec sheet, its battery capacity of 11,600 plus mAh destroys the Tablet Z's 6,000 mAh pack. There are times when spec sheets do reflect real-world reality, and this is one of them. Though it's not as long-lasting as earlier versions, in terms of our own, admittedly unscientific, testing, the new iPad still beats the Tablet Z in endurance. Now, Sony's tablet does offer very handy tweaks like stamina mode and highly customizable power profiles to go along with it, so you're not going to bleed it dry in less than a day. But under our normal testing conditions, it doesn't last as long as the iPad in moderate use. Whether that compromise, and the others, are worth the Tablet Z's slim lines and water-resistant rating remains up to you. Similarly, you alone will have to decide whether the iPad's incredible ecosystem advantage makes up for its dull software experience, an experience very likely to change when WWDC starts on June 10th. Then again, the mere presence of beautiful Android tablets like the Z might spur developers to finally give the Android tablet app world some serious thought. With so much in flux, you could be forgiven for putting the iPad versus Tablet Z decision off. After all, they're identically priced for the moment. But if you're buying right now, the choice is between a lightweight, extremely portable, Google-centric experience on a waterproof tablet with a light tablet app selection, and a heavyweight, not as portable, Apple-centric experience on a simpler, less expandable tablet with a massive software and hardware ecosystem behind it. There's a lot to consider, but hopefully we've given you enough input to make the decision a bit easier. Folks, we have so much more on the Xperia Tablet Z here and at PocketNow.com, so subscribe so you don't miss future videos. Stay tuned for a special Xperia Z-focused episode of the Pocket Now U review dropping on June 6th. Give us a like if you enjoyed this one, drop us a comment if you have something to say, make sure and follow us on our various social networks, and, as always, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Tablets. For a long time, the division has been between big and beefy at the 10-inch size and small and portable down at 7 and 8 inches. With the Xperia Tablet Z, Sony looks to bridge the gulf with a thin and light 10-inch tablet that's also waterproof. Does it succeed? Let's find out. I'm Michael Fisher, this is Pocket Now, and this is our video review of the Sony Xperia Tablet Z. When we first caught sight of the Tablet Z at MWC 2013, we were immediately smitten. Sony had pierced our veil of disinterest in 10-inch Android tablets, developing a product that looked and felt beautiful on the trade floor. We wondered, though, how much hardware fit and finish was required to overcome the 10-inch Android stigma. Well, we've spent over a week with our own Tablet Z figuring that out, so let's dive in. It's pretty tough to properly showcase the Z on film, as viewed from the front it seems kind of unremarkable. A 10.1-inch 1920 by 1200 display dominates the front side, topped by a 2.2-megapixel front-facing camera and the Sony logo. Some might find the tablet's ample bezel a little excessive, but it's a godsend for one-handed usability. More on that in a second. The back is even more Spartan, offering just the Xperia branding and an NFC logo at the tap-to-share area, with the 8.1-megapixel primary camera hanging out in the upper right corner. The Tablet Z's real story is found on its sides. The unit measures only 6.9 millimeters thick. That's a full 2 millimeters thinner than Google's Nexus 10, yet Sony has still managed to cram a few necessities along that slim stretch of reflective material. The left side plays host to most of the action with a pronounced power standby button, sharing space with a volume rocker, headphone jack, and a notification LED, nice touch. But speaker and micro USB ports, a micro SD slot, and an IR transmitter make their homes on edges elsewhere. These are all covered by protective flaps to preserve the device's IP55 and 57 water and dust resistance rating. As long as those covers are closed, the Tablet Z won't mind sitting in fresh water up to a meter deep for up to 30 minutes, or being sprayed with water jets from most any direction. The screen won't work while submerged, but the device won't be hurt. That means users can take the Tablet Z on the boat or to the lake without much worry, and for such a thin and light tablet, that's quite an accomplishment. Speaking of light, the Tablet Z weighs in at just 495 grams, compared to the Nexus 10, iPad 4, and the Surface RT, all of which sit north of 600 grams on the scale. Combined with that generous bezel, the reassuring rigidity, and the comfortable soft-touch back, the lightweight makes using the Tablet Z one-handed not just possible, but a pleasure. Sony calls the aesthetic vision behind the Tablet Z the omni-balance design, but whatever its name, it succeeds brilliantly at providing the portability of a 7-inch tablet with the screen size of a 10-inch one. And what about that screen? Well, the use of TFT LCD over AMOLED would normally mean we found colors less saturated on this panel and the blacks less deep. Now, while the latter is true, the former isn't. Colors really pop on this quote-unquote reality display, probably thanks to Sony's Mobile Bravia Engine 2, along with a very colorful selection of preloaded wallpapers. Nice move, Sony. Visibility does drop off quite a bit when viewing the panel from the side, especially considering how glossy and susceptible to fingerprints the tempered glass is, but it's still plenty watchable. It's just dimmer. Also, in a very nice touch, the screen is unlockable via a double tap when turned off. Finally, under the hood powering the experience is a quad-core Qualcomm Snapdragon S4 Pro at 1.5 GHz, backed up by 2 GB of RAM and either 16 or 32 GB of storage, expandable via microSD. Our unit is a Wi-Fi only version, though an LTE variant is also available. Providing the juice to keep the lights on, a non-removable 6,000 mAh battery that takes up most of the space inside the unit. Powering the Tablet Z on reveals right away that this isn't a stock Google experience. The lock screen disappears with a window blind-like effect, and we're dropped into Sony's special build of Android 4.1.2. It looks similar to stock, but with some definite aesthetic and functional differences. Chief among them, the location of the home, back, and multitasking keys on the lower left, and the system status, settings toggles, and notification center on the lower right. This makes them handy for one-thumb access, and it makes a lot more sense than stock Android's top-of-screen positioning. There are also 2 persistent shortcut keys at the midpoint of the bottom row. One calls up the remote app, so you can use the Tablet Z to control your TV, cable box, DVR, or what have you. The other brings up a list of utilities Sony calls small apps, which are, you guessed it, small-scale windowed apps ranging in complexity from a calculator all the way up to a bare-bones browser. It's a bit like the pop-up apps on Samsung tablets, but on the Tablet Z, only one title can be open at a time. That feels a little confining, but not nearly as bad as having no multitasking option in the first place. If you don't like the existing selection, you can buy more small apps from the Play Store, or you can convert existing app widgets into small apps. Sony has also included a suite of custom titles it puts front and center on first power on. The album is fun to scroll through, and it includes the ability to sync with Facebook, Picasa, and other photo repositories. Movies not only hosts your local video files, but allows you to throw them to other compatible devices, and it can also fetch details about downloaded movies from the internet. The Walkman app has a brand name that still manages to inspire nostalgia, but it's a modern player for locally stored music, with large, easy-to-use controls, and everything from a visualizer to a shortcut option that lets you search for lyrics, music videos, and artist info across the web. There's also Social Life, an aggregator, a bit like a mashup of Flipboard and HTC's Blink feed, that displays news stories, tweets, and status updates from your social streams. It's a fun novelty for a second, but performance issues plague Social Life. It's always bogging down and jumping around, and not in the fun way. That's a problem that can be seen throughout the Tablet Z's interface, actually. Even simple actions like scrolling between home screens sometimes results in lag and stutter. Behavior like this is something we shouldn't be seeing on a device of this class, and it can get pretty frustrating when a swipe is interpreted as a tap, or a homepage takes forever to scroll by. Now, it's entirely possible Sony's own widgets are the lag-causing issue, and removing them does speed up the tablet. Since AOSP is now available for the Tablet Z, we can see why people would be excited to load stock Android on this thing. But we're hesitant to recommend throwing the baby out with the bathwater here. It's true that you might get more responsiveness with stock Jelly Bean on this hardware, but Sony's UI layer brings a lot to the table, ranging from fun aesthetic touches to genuinely useful additions like the repositioned buttons, small apps, and the remote control utility. Sony's software also includes some battery optimizations, which are very handy on a tablet this thin, with the battery only 2/3 the size of the one on the Nexus 10. There's Stamina Mode, which disables data, background actions, and other activities when the screen is off, and the more conventional Low Battery Mode, which includes options to disable or hobble certain features once total charge reaches a certain low power threshold. With our Tablet Z polling 2 email and 3 social media accounts, plus a variety of other services like Google Voice, we found that the unit usually drained about 10% per 8-hour overnight period. With stamina mode turned on, that power drain fell to less than 5% drain overnight. This isn't a tablet that you'd bring with you into the forest for a week with no charger, but it packs enough juice to last a few days with moderate to heavy use, and much longer with more conservative habits. The Tablet Z's 8-megapixel primary camera defaults to 5 megapixels out of the box, presumably to maintain a widescreen aspect ratio, and its field of view is quite narrow, forcing you to get far away from a subject before you can capture it all in the frame. The results are about what you'd expect for a tablet camera. No matter what lighting situation, we come away with fuzzy edges, colors just a bit off, and a general sense of meh. Ramping up the resolution to 8 megapixels gives us a bit more detail, and toggling HDR on brings out the midtones, but it also brings out a gray pallor. Video is similarly middle of the road. It's nice to be able to shoot in 1080p, but there's nothing outstanding here. On the bright side, unless you're a fan of ridicule, you're probably going to be using the Tablet Z's camera less for scenic photos and more for document scanning, barcode reading, and the like. And at these tasks, the camera will do just fine. There are a bevy of options for adjusting the optics, and the front-facing camera actually does quite nicely in good lighting conditions, ensuring your Skype calls will go well. That's assuming you can hear one another. The Tablet Z's microphone might be a bit too sensitive, and it caused some echo on the other end of video calls during our testing. The speakers on the Z are also a little on the small side, despite their multiple corner ports. In media playback, they're fine, with S-Force Front Surround 3D producing a cool effect. But in Skype calls, they're pretty quiet. You'll want to keep some Bluetooth or wired headphones handy for communication purposes. Fortunately, the Tablet Z plays nice with those. To be clear, the Xperia Tablet Z is still a 10-inch Android tablet, with all the failings of that platform in that form factor. The app situation is still mediocre, with most popular titles built for smartphones and awkwardly stretched out on the Z, and some even forcing you into the awkward portrait orientation. The Android tablet app problem is still a very real handicap. But, as we've speculated before, it may take truly beautiful Android tablet hardware to motivate developers to code great software to run on it. And in that department, the Tablet Z more than fits the bill. It's a thin, lightweight, beautifully crafted piece of technology that makes us want to overlook its failings, rather than dwell on them. And don't forget, it's waterproof. While we wish its stock software were a bit more responsive, its battery a bit bigger, and its price a bit more competitive, this is still one of the most beautiful tablets we've ever handled, and one of the only Android ones we'd consider buying at the 10-inch form factor. If you run your life on Google, and you're looking for a large but portable tablet to extend your computing needs on the go, the Xperia Tablet Z deserves a long look. We give it a solid 8 out of 10. We'll have more in-depth thoughts on the Tablet Z in our written review available at PocketNow.com starting June 3rd, and in the Pocket Now Weekly podcast and the Pocket Now U Review, both available that same week at Pocket Now. So, like this video if you did enjoy it, leave us a comment if you have something to say, subscribe to our various social feeds so you don't miss any posts about the Tablet Z or other devices that we are reviewing, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
Hola, ¿qué tal amigos de YouTube? Bueno, esto es solo un mensaje de apoyo a todos aquellos chicos nini. Nini significa no trabajar ni estudiar. En el país existen miles de millones. Y bueno, esto es solamente un video de apoyo para decirles que yo sé que pueden algunos días pensar en si quiero trabajar, quiero hacer algo más o conseguirme una vida social, pero es como estar con barreras invisibles, pero es muy raro porque igual como uno dice, yo tengo suficiente con mi mundo virtual o no sé, con esta tecnología digital, en HDTV, televisión por internet, videos en YouTube, televisión peer-to-peer, videos 3GP, todo esto, televisión vía satélite. Entonces, como que uno dice, ya tengo todo lo que necesito aquí, justamente, ¿no? Además, también quiero decirles que no están solos y que, bueno, si tienen acceso a la internet, bueno, lógicamente ahora tienen acceso a internet porque están viendo este video, y algunos días pueden pensar, ay cielos, caray, esto es una mierda, mi vida es una mierda, la vida es una mierda, por X razón. Digamos, ay, qué familia me tocó, mi papá es mi mamá, mi tal, pero si miran a su alrededor, si miran a los vecinos, a toda su ciudad o a todo bla bla bla, van a ver que todo es igual y que ustedes no son los únicos así. También quería decirles, amigos de YouTube, que nunca había hecho esto. Amigos de YouTube, no sé por qué nunca había hecho esto, de decir, de hacer videos más así al estilo videoblog, vlog, livecasting también es otra. Estar transmitiendo las 24 horas tu cuarto o las cámaras de seguridad de tu casa. Es el futuro. Tú tal vez ni siquiera tengas las cámaras o el ancho de banda o las cuestiones técnicas que son mínimas y no costosas, pero bueno. ¿Qué más les iba a decir? ¿Qué más? Android 2500, estás viendo este video, gracias. Luis Fernando López Ortuño, de Tultitlán. Un lugar para vivir, un lugar para divertirse, muy cercano a la Ciudad de México, muy cercano a todo. Tiene línea de metro. Él además es metro aficionado. Le gusta todas estas cuestiones de las señales de televisión y todo esto. Eso es cool. Y todo eso. Y bueno, ¿qué más les iba a decir? Sí, él es por mucho el único que ha localizado mi contenido en internet, mi videodata en internet, en YouTube. Y eso es muy especial, porque es realmente videos geniales que alguien muy interesado en las cosas interesantes y cool lo localizaría. Y bueno, creo que eso era todo. Igual seguiré haciendo videos de otras cosas que nos pasan, que nos pasa a todos. ¿Han visto esos videos en las redes peer-to-peer? En las redes P2P, por ejemplo, con el programa Chareasa 2, versión 2.2.5.0. Esos videos en donde aparecen GD stuff, you know, boy lovers, KDB, PJK, todo eso, boy más man. Y todas esas cuestiones, Nambla. Y bueno, si ustedes son fans de South Park, saben lo que es Nambla, lo sabrán. Y bueno, Coca-Cola. Bueno, ¿qué más les quería comentar? Es que tengo tantos temas que ni siquiera sé de qué hablar. Ni siquiera estoy seguro si voy a poder subir esto, porque es en HD y tiene que convertirlo a MPG y está en resolución alta, y convertirlo a 320 por 240 en MPG en formato MP3, en formato más ligero, que arrancaría por lo menos una computadora de 1997 con un procesador AMD K7 de 300 MHz. Bueno, estas cuestiones volverían loco a cualquiera, ¿no? Pues en el mundo digital todo el mundo usa estos medios, Ustream, Justin TV, todos estos medios de live streaming y todas estas cuestiones que ya hasta te venden en la tienda de la esquina. No necesitas ser un genio o alguien súper dotado para saber de estos medios, porque incluso en la televisión o en medios comunes promocionan ya estos medios. Qué fácil se ha vuelto, por ejemplo, si eres gay y estás por siempre en el closet y te gustan chavitos, así, güeritos, así, no sé, ya sabes. Qué fácil se ha vuelto con la tecnología. Pues simple y sencillamente descargas la data, descargas el video, lo usas, lo almacenas, haces respaldo en 7 lugares diferentes. Y sí, en internet, en discos DVD, en cualquiera que sea el caso. Además, quería comentarles acerca de PDS de este chico de Tokio, PDS Kaushigaisha. Los que son conocedores ya sabrán quién es. PDR Kaushigaisha. R&W Daken también. Sí, también quería comentarles acerca de que bueno, yo soy este usuario. Sé que nadie va a ver esto, por tal vez 1, 2, 3 personas. Y eso es bueno. 1 o 2, 3 personas, que son ganancia. No quiero que me vean en todo el planeta. Además, ¿para qué? Además, ¿sacaría dinero de Google AdSense? Nah. ¿O fama? Nah. ¿Para qué? Ya tengo sexo virtual. Trabajo, no lo necesito. Solo para la Chokis, la Coca-Cola y pizzas instantáneas, submarinos de vainilla y litros de leche helada para los submarinos de vainilla también. Esto es super X, pero es información útil de lo que pasa hoy en día, de nosotros, los nini. Sí. Y bueno, ya les hablé de... también quiero decirles acerca de cuánta tecnología es lo mínimo que pueden tener. Bueno, lo mínimo es una laptop, un smartphone o un celular cualquiera. Puede ser uno de estos celulares Huawei HUAWI, celulares asiáticos. Puede ser sin Android, para que tomen simplemente el video feed, la señal de video, de todo lo que quieran. Y bueno, finalmente un televisor. No, es smartphone, tablet y celular. Celular, laptop y tablet. Esos son los tres: celular, laptop y tablet. Aunque bueno, pueden dejar la tablet para el último, si es que no están mucho fuera de casa. Pero eso sí, la laptop es esencial. Y un celular no muy costoso para el video. 連絡先教えてくれませんか？爽快ですよ。な鳥が。ありがとうございました。これからもニュースをどうと言いますか？未紹介メガヘルツと言います。DOKM DTB です。横浜です。Pueden escuchar el sonido de esta deliciosura, se llama Coca-Cola. Todos en el planeta la conocen, todos en el planeta la consumen. Y bueno, seguiré hablando de cosas chidas, cosas chingonas, y todo esto. Además, ¿de qué más podría hablarles? La comida, por ejemplo. Las 5 cosas básicas, según yo, que necesitan diariamente en sus vidas. Ya les hablé de la tecnología. No necesariamente necesitan tener internet de 24/7 todos los días del año. Pueden tener internet, por ejemplo, toda la madrugada y duermen de día, que es la moda, según yo. Y sería lo cool. Descargan sus archivos MP3 de música Deep House, los disfrutan sin una conexión a internet y voilà, ahí los tienen para siempre, sin necesidad de una conexión a internet, porque sabemos que solo algo como el 14% de los mexicanos tienen conexión a internet. Y si tienen internet falla, se corta la línea. Tal vez no si tienen cable o satélite, bla bla bla. En cuanto a la comida, ya dije que son Coca-Cola, galletas Chokis, pizzas instantáneas y un extra que serían tal vez submarinos de vainilla y leche. En cuanto a dinero, pueden tener cada 3 años, cada un año, 500 pesos, 200 pesos de reparar una computadora. Y lo disfrutan en lo anterior que dije de la comida. ¿Sí? Y en cuanto a los boys, pueden usar todos estos videos restringidos que se encuentran en estas redes internas, en estas redes hidden, pero que siguen existiendo, no porque no sean conocidas o no se quieran dar a conocer en los medios de comunicación, no significa que no existan y jamás van a desaparecer, porque están hechas por usuarios comunes de todo el planeta, usuarios más que nada alemanes, brasileños, Sao Paulo, Santos, Copacabana, Manaus, Río de Janeiro y Alemania, lo que sería Berlín. Hay un tipo que se llama Paul en Berlín, tiene toneladas de estos videos. Usuario recurrente en Chareasa 2250. Y ¿qué más les iba a decir? Sí. En cuanto a lugares, places you can have, pueden tener el parque local de vez en cuando, cada 6 meses, cada 7 meses, no importa, siempre y cuando vayan con los que viven en su casa, por aquello de que, ya saben, nosotros nos sentimos más cómodos si vamos con alguien, salimos con alguien, con mamá, hermanos, todo esto. Y en cuanto a otros lugares, pueden disfrutar del centro comercial Aurrera, Soriana, y los demás que existen como Walmart, Sam's, bla bla bla. Hey, friends from YouTube, it's great you are here right now watching my video. Today I'm going to talk to you about this kind of hidden boys who are the entire day on their rooms without any light like this, and you are on your laptop devices enjoying all kinds of video data or any kind of great stuff like, well, you can have videos from YouTube, videos from the peer-to-peer networks. You also can enjoy deep house music with your headphones like these ones, with a branded Sony Electronics Corporation. Over here you can see the logo of these ones. It's very great, and I'm going to talk about the basic touch you gotta have. You gotta have a laptop. Is the primary device you can have. You gotta have without any kind of internet connection. But you know, today, if the neighbor have internet access, you can get in and you can have the free data line, the service for free forever. You can have your videos and favorite music stored on your device and enjoy forever. Also kitty stuff, nude, of course, blondies, 12-year-olds, 12-year-olds. And what else I gotta say to you, my pedo friend? No, that's a joke. Pedophile. Like on the IT Pro series, you remember that episode? The dinner party. What else? Oh yeah, the food stuff. You can have solo the basics. That is, beans and soup, homemade. Made it by your mom. And if you are on the US area and not in Mexico like me, well, you will have instant noodles from Merchant. Yakisoba is a really good one, with Coke and some chocolate like Hershey's cookies and cream and that kind of stuff. That's the basics. And on the frozen pizza stuff, now I don't know what kind of brand you have in the US. Red Baron, I don't know. That one from Minneapolis, Memphis, I don't know. Well, I'm going to talk next right now about money. You actually don't have to have a fortune. Hide it in your room or any kind of hidden place. You know, you are really concerned about having money for, I don't know, you don't even want, you don't even need, but you thinking about, I have to have money. That's not true. The truth is, you can be ultra happy just with the free stuff it coming into you without do anything, pretty much. For instance, you can just somebody come in and offer to you something, and if that thing you can get access to that. Well done. But you will be safe and happy at your room, at your house, with any real friends. Just one friend, virtual friends, just that. Or 0 virtual friends, with you will be happy. Now, the voice, I say already, how you can get virtually. On the real thing, it will be more kind of hard to get them. Especially if you are ultra shy like me. Being ultra shy, it's not a bad thing. It's just like a shield for protect ourselves on this ultra dangerous world we are living right now. And you know about this stuff. You can talk about this with Osama. Well, Osama is no longer on this planet. You know what he did in New York City on 2001. That is a real action movie from the real life. Well, now I'm talking about already touch, food, money, boys. Now we have 4 topics. We have the 5th one. It is the places. You can enjoy the mall, the park, a relative's house. You can go to the downtown city once in a while. What else occurs to me? I have access to my data. It's already full. It's not empty spaces anymore here. Accessing to the data. Jesus, I'm unique. I hope a lot of people going to watch this for real. From Iceland to Australia, Japan. Japan have a lot of great YouTubers. They are super great. United States. Wow. They are really great too. And of course, my own country, Mexico. Absolutely. I love you. This is a great country. Besides any kind of weird stuff we have, this is great. You don't have to feel weird because this is great. Part of America and everything. From Alaska to Australia, yeah. On Christmas Island, I can have also a few YouTubers. That would be great. Now, this is Tokyo. Tokyo, Sapporo, Niigata, Nara, Ibaraki-ken, Miyagi-ken, Fukushima-ken, all of them. Yes. Yeah. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching my video. This is a YouTuber, the super great YouTuber Héctor Iván Almaraz de Horta. From Zacatecas City to the world. Of course, the local government not going to pay me nothing for this fuck it up publicity. Nobody knows me. Not even my own family. Or my neighbors. I don't have friends, real friends. Except you, of course. But I know there are hundreds of billions of boys like me. With more luck, they have food stuff, good instant stuff, noodles, pizza, Coke, cookies, ice cream. That's all. Because their parents are on the minimal line of coolness, of really basic stuff. I'll give it to you. That it's really cool thing. And they care about their own children, their own sons. Alright? I don't want to cut this video because I have a lot of things to say to you. A lot. Really a lot. Visit my other channels on YouTube. I have great stuff from the past. Most of them get deleted. Multimedia don't belong to me, you know. But it remains a lot of good videos about the real life I have here since ever. I have a couple of VHS tapes. I have converted one of Christmas. You can see it on one of my accounts. I think those accounts don't have any problem at all with the YouTube rules, with the YouTube stuff, infringements, that shit. Well, it's not, you know. Probably they are right. They have all of these servers in Mountain View, California, who analyze your data and say, hey, you have a song is not permitted, or oh, that material you just upload, it's a copyright infringement. And you say, wow, I just wanted to share this cool video with my friend in Tokyo, with my friend in New York City, Sao Paulo, in St. Paul, Minneapolis, Minnesota it is, Denver, Colorado, right? LA, Los Angeles, California, Rancho Cucamonga. That is in San Diego? From Cucamonga, no. I don't even know what I'm saying. But I'm going to keep talking because I really feel I need to say all of this stuff. Right here, you can see me. I never put the camera like this. I'm not even sure if my face can fit at this screen, or it disappear, or I'm focused, because I can't connect the video camera to my TV set, because I have to put it a chair, the cables, the connectors are a lot of on the back part, and I can even see it, and I can fit with the cables to connect them, because my other TV set get broke by a power failure. My other TV set, yeah, get disabled, no longer can bring service. And that's why I'm just seeing a little screen from here, from 2 meters, 100 meters, I don't know. But I think today I really did it. This is a great picture also of this. My Coke. I don't have Coke every day, just the days when my mom or my dad buys me one. This can be super little one or a super big one, 2 liters, and this little one. Also, when I'm going to my grandma, when the shame disappear, and I'm just going fucking away to that house with my grandma. All right. What else? I need to say this stuff really faster and quickly because this is an HD video. It's probably not, because I'm going to convert it to a lower quality for being possible to upload it to the YouTube servers. But now YouTube have a really great function about if you are uploading a super big file like 10 gigabytes, 7 gigabytes, and your internet connection get gone away, you can continue with the same file, with the same upload at the next day, like for 3 days or 5, or unlimited if the connection detects activity, uploading the rest of the packets, the rest of the data of these video files. So that's really cool. Thanks to that, I can upload videos longer than 3 hours or more. That's cool. Every year, the tech of YouTube and the devices and the general tech advance a lot. That's cool. You just can watch it in a special program of tech without not being afford these kind of devices. You can buy it them. You can buy any kind of new devices. They come every day, like the Google glasses. You put it them. Like, I think I have no, wait. I don't even know where my glasses are for doing an example of what is putting. Alright, we're going to believe this is the Google glasses. You put them here, and these things are capable of take video feed. You are walking the street like this, and these things can record any kind of stuff you see on the street. It's like a live video footage of your entire life. What about that? I think probably it's too much touch, but it's great. I don't care. I don't even buy them. Probably in the future is going to be really cheap on costs and more how do we say, more brands, more factories who buy them from different providers. But so it's great to be on YouTube. It's great to send this data to the entire world, to the entire planet, and more planets beyond. You can see some stuff from Michio Kaku, the Dr. Michio Kaku, about other planets who see our signals. And the SETI group, this group who captures signals from another universes and planets. I don't know, I think cool stuff, very nerdy stuff, but cool stuff. Especially if you get paid for that. Imagine that. Get paid just for capture inexistent signals and signs. For example, for instance, they are the Intelsat crowd, the Intelsat, the Eutelsat, Satmex, who these people have a teleport, a uplink downlink signal headquarters, and they on these central rooms with dishes and everything, they get paid just for monitoring and adjusting the signals on the satellites, and surveillance if the satellite is in the right direction on their orbits. Well, that's, I think, cool stuff, and they pay you for that. You gotta be telecommunications engineering or something for that. I can work on that until Intelsat. If you wanted to hire me, you can request my help. I'm an expert, for real. I'm talking really seriously. Hacking signals and everything. The intercommunications with Tokyo, NTT Docomo, KDDA, SoftBank. Yes, I am. Hey, get focus my camera. Like this? Like this? Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm going to put over there my Google glasses. I'm Googling. I'm not Googling. I'm Googling. I'm not Googling. Right here. You can see all my movements. Right here. Right now. Oh, wow. Wow. guys right now for get more happy, because I'm probably not happy right now, and I'm going to do it. I can redirect this signal from over there for you to hear, because it's more stuff. I'm very lazy. I'm not going to do advanced stuff because it's just a waste of energy you don't have, because you don't have enough food for it, and create more energy because you don't have a work, you don't have a job. You are super great, super smart for even for upload HD video to YouTube, but not enough probably for keep a job or for even get a job one time. I have a job one time, but my aunt get it for me, and I last like was 4 or 6 months over there. I was doing nothing, I was getting paid, that was great. I did some little advices about computer stuff, and I copy some papers. I walk from one building to another for deliver papers, but that's going to last forever. The company, the boss says to me, they probably watch, hey, this guy probably is not doing nothing and gets paid. And I get fired. Well, but I buy headphones, I buy chocolate cookies and Coke, Pepsi I was buying at that time in 2011. From 2008, from 2011, I was a consumer I was a really great consumer from PepsiCo. Pep on the New York Stock Exchange is the letters of that company, PEP. You can consult these finance advice with Richard Quest from CNN International and CBS Money Watch from New York City, WCBS. This is WCBS News. What's his name? I'm this guy, Terrell Brown. Television特急やらせです。Television Tokyo. I'm talking right now Japanese. Television Tokyoに習っています。ごめんなさい。これました。おバカたちで。あとって言いますか。2つ映してますか。素晴らしい。すごい。あと言いますか。ビデオとフィットですか。 美味しいです。薄美味しいコカ・コーラにとっています。メントスコカ・コーラ。See ya! PDS 株式会社。Numa, Numa, yeah. Numa, 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 yeah. The surprises now what's in me day. Numa, Numa, yeah. Numa, 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 yeah. For a second, I think my camera wasn't recording at all. We have full charge of battery and a great free memory. For my luck, for my good luck. I haven't spent it like a lot of money. I also hack some bank accounts and I never say to the customers, and I practically give for free that money and I never claim for that money. If I say to these customers, hey, I transfer some money to your account and belongs to me because I redirected this money from some accounts on Japan, and I used your account for like a slot. I use it like an item for transport this money to this your account because I wasn't having my own bank account. So, but I also have really great money income in 2009 from some hacks in bank accounts in New York City. Thanks for that, I can afford it, my HD digital video recorder and a lot of goods, as you know, common stuff. This is stuff like desserts, cakes, and the stuff who make happy to the cute boys like me. Rurikon, that's a Japanese word. I'm Rurikon. Un hen, one hen, STC, STS. かわいいですね。ロリコンあります。どうもありがとうございました。どうもありがとうございました。You remember this dance who are this really famous dance, the Nume Numa, when a fat guy appears and begins to dance this own dance he creates from 2007, 2006, something like that. Because YouTube creates the system of YouTube was created in January 2005. I was having an account from 2006 but got deleted. So my first account I have currently up on the network is from 2007. 2007, right? So, more great stuff coming in. I think you're going to be right here with me. Stay tuned. Keep me in your subscription lists, and don't forget, you on this account can have any kind of great stuff about related with the entire universe. I'm so smart like Michio Kaku, but I'm also as pedo as was Michael Jackson, and in the same way I'm kind of stupid, an idiot like Kramer from Seinfeld. Yeah. Wait. I get an example of a boy like me, like Bud Bundy from that series, you know, for CBS. Like, right? No, wait. Oh, it's just coming in very ancient series. I gotta say about modern stuff. Modern Family. Yeah. I'm like this boy. What's his name? Jake. Yes. There's other boy named Jake from Touch, the Fox Network series. Yes, I'm as cute as that boy, and I want him. Also, I like SVU, Law and Order SVU. On that episode, when they put it there, appears these super cute boys, and then begins the strange computer guy, or really close friend or a relative approach to the boy, and he take advantage of the boy, and they have their own, and then they going to a hidden place, lock it with the key. Those are great episodes. Or the other episode when a teenage brother get advantage of his little boy bro, and he transmit a show via internet. That was a really great one. I almost forgot to write the name of the episodes or the number of the episodes and then download on the internet. Sometimes the analog signals, the analog networks, don't show you what exactly episode is. And you gotta guess by yourself what is the episode, in case you can see some information related with the episode on the credits, seeing the name of the actors and everything, the age of the episode, and voila, you get the name of the episode. on open television system on Mexico. It's on Canal 5 Televisa, México. Es llamado La Ley y el Orden, Unidad de Víctimas Especiales. En esos episodios donde salen los niños y salen parientes y el tipo de la computadora que se lleva al niño y bla bla bla. Buenos episodios, ¿no? Hablando de eso, what I did in English and Spanish. In English, that's great. That's better because I get more audience, more people on the planet who can understand me. Absolutely. Well, yes, I'm going to talk about the TDT, digital television. The HDTV, it's coming to our country, Mexico, and on Tijuana, the analog signals no longer exist. They put it down, and then they reactivate the transmitters because the authorities, the federal authorities of elections, requested put it back just for a short period of time. Meanwhile, the election time passed. The election time passed, and people can receive the proper publicity of the entire election stuff. Now the entire country will be down on the analog signals. 2015. I'm not really sure, but it's going to be difficult get devices, digital devices in every house in the country. Difficult. I have say like 1,000 words. Like I have to say like 1,000 topics about anything, everything in the universe, and yes. You wondering, what is this guy? I'm that kind of guy who nobody knows, who are in a basement, who are almost dying, but I'm not dying. I feel great. I feel okay, I think, and are just waiting for some food from his close persons who are living also on the house. And then you can imagine if these people don't have a job, don't have any money. You can imagine the panorama here. The scenario of this will be super weird. We can compare this probably on the US scenarios when the parents are drug addicts and they spended all the money on drugs and left their children without any food items, or they spended the money on gambling or internet shopping or whatever weird stuff we have today on the modern age. But well, Everybody say you have the power for change everything. I don't have even idea what to do, how to begin, if I can keep the things on that flow or normal stability, normal state. I'm really happy. I'm really happy. So I don't need anything else. Oh my god. Oh shit. I'm just wasting a lot of time with this HD video. I'm going to take forever to get up to the YouTube servers. And then I hope the account will be in normal state. And that way the data don't will be a reset at all. Oh. Anyways, I think I'm going to cut this right now. This is the very first time I do a video like this, talking directly to you, my YouTuber friends from the entire planet, and it feels cool. It feels great. I hope bring to you more video footage of my real life. In some places you can have the camera in hand and record all the voice stuff items, because the people get awkward. You gotta have your mobile device, your cell phone, recording with your hand in your pocket, like simulating waiting for a call in your pants, but with the camera pointing to a free space for record everything, as using it like a spy camera, or not visible camera, or more, how we can call it, more dissimulated camera, for not get awkward the people on the mall or in public places, or even the manager of the mall. You're going to get banned the camera and pick it up when you going out. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'm Héctor Iván Almaraz de Horta from Zacatecas City, which is on Mexico, Republican. Is just down from the United States and up from Guatemala, Belize, Central America, Latin America. Yes, we are. I'm already say goodbye, but I'm keep talking. Last thing, I think faster. The people from around here are kind of poor, are not as super cool as the New York City people. are poor and uncool. Just probably the 30% or 40% of them are super cool, like the New York City ones. Alright. We are putting off this signal off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Goodbye.